You join us live on the Burger Field from St. John's College, the 22nd Easter Festival at St. John's, with Paarl Boys High, the #1 ranked school in South Africa in 2016, about to take on the combined side of New South Wales. The combined side made up out of state schools where rugby is not part of the program, and thus giving these boys a great opportunity to play the beautiful game. And they might be up against it properly today as they take on Paarl Boys High, the #1 ranked school in 2015 and 16 from South Africa. And with me is Warwick Austin. Quite a deep kickoff there by New South Wales side, and taken in by inspirational captain Franco Horn for Boys High. Immediately straight over the advantage line. Boys High will be looking for quick ball. Placing field down play, lots of space there. Well covered by the fullback Dallas Peterson for New South Wales combined. New South Wales takes play up to the 10-meter line. Quite quick ball. Contact in the midfield. Franco Horn assisting with it there. Inspirational 8th man and captain. Played for the SA Academy side last year. The #8 from Paarl Boys High played for the SA Schools A side in 2016. New South Wales enjoying an extended period of possession as it's taken in by lock E.K. Lambert. Dallas Peterson into the line. Here's pace and into the left-hand corner for Paarl Boys High. Opening the score early on is Thakir Abrahams. Beautiful, beautiful pickup by the left winger who played for the Western Province Academy side in 2016. And what a start for Boys High, Warwick.
Yeah, a little bit of a loose pass from Patterson, and missing out on Thursday was Abrams, and he's into the starting lineup today and bags himself a try inside the first 2 minutes. A great start for Boys High, pouncing on that reckless pass from the Australian side, and well, that's exactly the start that the Paarl boys would have wanted.
What a luxury it is to have a player of the quality of Abrahams resting as we see the loose pass. Thakir Abrahams grabbing the opportunity, and nobody's going to stop him there. He's got gas to burn. Valiant effort by Isaac Williams, but all in vain as Paarl Boys High take the lead after only 1 minute and 40 seconds. Conversion coming up from the left-hand touchline. Looking to add 2 points. Great strike. And it's just drifted to the right. Henry Chamberlain missing with his first attempt. Interesting to note that Chamberlain, the fly-off of Boys High, is also the first side cricket captain, Warwick. And as we know, it's nothing unfamiliar to see players in the 10-jumper also being good cricketers.
Well, on that, Jean-Luc Duplessis, a Stormers fly-half, former Boys High fly-half, also represented the Paarl Boys first 11 cricket side too in 2012.
Franco Horn once again with possession for Boys High. And we see the box kick. Perhaps they don't go as far as intended, but Boys High look to recover possession, and they do. About 5 meters from the halfway line. Oh, #2 from New South Wales coming straight through there. Referee says play on, and in fact, beautiful work by the hooker from William Bremner from the New South Wales combined school side, coming straight through that rack and winning his side a penalty, and perhaps a chance for them to dab it into the corner and get possession in the red zone of Paarl Boys High.
You always know Paarl Boys side is going to be very physical, and great to see the New South Wales combined high schools fronting up to them at the breakdown. They've certainly laid the gauntlet down in the first 3 minutes here, and they look like they're up for it against the more fancied boys from the Western Cape.
Interesting, Warwick. I had a chat to one of their coaches on Thursday, and Thursday at the festival was these boys' first game together. And you could actually see that in the second half against Parktown. They started playing good ruggers, and hopefully today they will find each other even a bit more. As we see a great line-out steal by Boys High, and they're giving it some air from their own 22. Great supporting play. Big overlap as they've still got possession on the halfway line of New South Wales. Great work by the Boys High side as they go on the short side with the inside ball beautifully worked by Boys High. They're still going down that short side with Abner van Rienen. Played for the SA Schools A side last year as well. Interestingly enough, was playing for Garsfontein still in 2016, but at the end of the year decided to join Boys High. As we see Horn carrying up in the midfield. Quick ball now for Boys High. Spring it to the left-hand side. Chamberlain. Beautiful run there by centre Luca Ferreira. As they're into the New South Wales 22 they go. Looks like Horn again punching it up in the midfield. Going wide now is Boys High in the 22. Looks like a high hit there. Referee's always very, very strict on these hits, Warwick. And no advantage coming there, as there was definitely a high hit there by the New South Wales combined school side, and Paarl Boys High straight back on the attack.
Yeah, it looked like the lock Thomas Badger just putting in a little bit of a high shot, and Boys High opting for the 3 here, probably the right decision.
It's often very difficult when the locks find themselves in those positions. You know, they just get wrong-footed by the guys with more pace, and it's just natural to have that arm come swinging around, and referees really clamping down on that, even at Super Rugby level at this stage. And I know of a certain Mr. Jaco Peiper who caught a lot of flack after last weekend down in Cape Town for actually letting some of them go. And it must be really difficult to referee that, because you also want to keep the game flowing, especially a game like we had in Cape Town between the Stormers and the Chiefs. And I think he actually did quite well to let some of them slide. As we see Chamberlain looking to add 3 extra points for Paarl Boys, playing the percentages first game and looking to pick up 3. Strike looks pure, and it's over. Boys High extends their lead by 3. Paarl Boys High 8, New South Wales combined 3-0. We've had just more than 6 minutes in this game, and it does look like Boys High is looking to keep their structures. In a game like this, you can often get quite loose. Of course, they've got a big clash coming up with Affies on Monday, so it looks like they are looking to play their structures. Taken in from the restart, and a big punt downfield. Beautiful kick, and gaining oodles of ground for Boys High, and straight back onto the attack. New South Wales will be able to feed the line out about 25 meters from their own try line.
A great kick from Boeta Chamberlain. You speak about Boys High wanting to play a structured game. They were perhaps a bit loose against Eye of the Tiger, and ahead of that Affies game, you can see them just looking to get back to basics.
We've got the feed by Bremner, well taken in by New South Wales. Unfortunately, the pass goes straight over the top, well covered by Peterson, and he puts it into the safety of the touch. But unfortunately, that was taken into the 22, so we'll go all the way back into the 22 for an attacking line-out Boys High ball. And Warwick, when we speak about structures, perhaps this will be a good time for Boys High to go and try to maul this one up.
Yeah, no doubt they will. They did it a bit at the end of the game against Eye of the Tiger, and here we see it once more. Boys High setting for the drive.
Was taken in by Conradi for Boys High, and here they go on the drive. Beautiful work. They're still staying bound and structured, going up all the way, and New South Wales will have to know how to stop this. They can't take it to ground anymore. Beautiful work by Boys High, and they're over by Boys High. 20 meters on the drive. Beautiful work, and exactly like we called it, Warwick, who was up with the ball. It looks like the captain, Horn, and he's getting the congratulations there. Franco Horn, the inspirational captain of Boys High, going over. And Boys High stamping the authority on this game early on, and this spells trouble for New South Wales combined schools.
Well, it's clinical rugby from Boys High. A great drive, but remember that both their scores have come off mistakes from New South Wales, and unfortunately both coming at the hands of Dallas Patterson, the fullback, who that time kicked out on the full, giving Boys High that attacking line out and a clinical drive resulting in the 5 points.
It's one thing that the schools combined side from New South Wales will pick up very quickly, is that you can't make mistakes against the Boys High side. They will punish you. Of course, they've been playing a bit together already this year, having gone on tour to New Zealand, and seeing a 42 as we've got Buddha Chamberlain lining up this conversion. Strike beautifully, and over. Paarl Boys High 15, New South Wales combined 0. We've had about 9 minutes of play. Warwick, like we mentioned, Boys Eye went on tour to New Zealand. Their first side played 5 games in about 14 days. Unfortunately, came unstuck in the very last game against Christchurch Boys High. Of course, Christchurch Boys High, the alma mater of guys like Dan Carter, and they've produced the second most All Blacks behind Auckland game. As we see, the Boys High supporters nearly letting their jumper drop. Chamberlain looking for space and finding a lot of grass, as we've got Ryan Duffy falling back. He's looking for support. Duffy looking to go on the run, but he's tackled beautifully inside his own 22. Lots of Boys Eyes players eagerly joining that rack, but New South Wales managed to keep possession, as it's turned over eventually by number 12, Luca Ferreira. Boys Eye carrying in on the New South Wales 22 into the red zone again immediately, as we've got Eric Mayberg digging for that. Ball going wide, and unfortunately one of the tight forwards, in fact the flanker Vian Fourie, just letting that ball slip.
Once again, New South Wales getting pinged for a high shot. That was the 8th man, Richmond Tahafe, called there for a high tackle on Pierre Pretorius, who made a good carry for Boys High up the middle.
As Chamberlain just stabs that one into the corner, and I'm sure we're going to see another driving maul. Boys are really playing well to their structures and putting immense amounts of pressure. Once again, the take by Conradi, and they set up the maul, the ball straight to their back, and still going, says the referee. Hasn't called for use it. Boys are transferring the ball to the back, and over they go, just a meter short, quickly down the blind side, and Abner van Reenen into the corner. This is way too easy for Paarl Boys Eye, and the guys from New South Wales are looking shell-shocked here at the Burger Field of St. John's College. 20 points to 0, and Abner van Reenen, the SA Schools A fullback of 2016, goes over in the corner for Paarl Boys.
Much better defence at maul time from New South Wales, managing to stifle it and then pull it down just short of the line. But as you can see here, it is sharp awareness from the halfback Mayberg, who managed to pop it round to Van Reenen, who came screaming around the corner, and a great dive over in the corner for the fullback.
Something that we see a lot of in schoolboys rugby. Warwick is going straight to where the line out was, putting up a couple of phases and going straight on the short side. And at this time, great awareness by Eric Mayberg, the number 9 of Paarl Boys High, as he went straight to the blind side with Abner van Reenen coming at pace, going over in the corner and giving Chamberlain quite a difficult conversion as he lines this one up. Good strike. Looks like that one just missed to the right-hand side of the uprights. Paarl Boys High 20, New South Wales combined 0, and not a great start by the guys from Australia.
Yeah, they're finding it tricky here and really got to cut down on their mistakes, because Boys High are just capitalising on their errors, and I think the main objective for New South Wales will be to get their hands on the pill now and peg something back on that scoreboard.
As Carberry goes quite shallow, just goes the desired 10, but well taken in by number 5, Pierre Pretorius for Paarl Boys, as Chamberlain again finds space. Good coverage this time by the New South Wales Combined School, as they have possession, something that they've hardly had, and they'll look to look after this possession for a while. As they carry it up short next to the rack. Good defense by Paarl Boys. Oh, and this is a big boy carrying it up, number 1, Natani Talanua. 119 kgs of him is Natani Talanua. This is better from the Combined Schools. And just as we say that, Carberry at fly half lets it slip, but at least there was some advantage. And a bit of an extended period of possession now for the New South Wales combined side.
Well, they're certainly showing their ability when they have the ball in hand. It's just a matter of getting it into the fingers, and Carberry just letting it slip, and he now manages to thump it downtown, and a good attacking line-out opportunity for the Australians.
Something to note by everyone watching this is the defensive structures of Paarl Boys Eye. Coached, of course, by Shaun Erasmus, who used to be the coach at Glenwood Boys Eye as well, and made a massive difference at Glenwood, and seems to be doing the same at Boys Eye. If you take into account that they haven't lost in South Africa since 2014. Quality outfit. As we see New South Wales tapping that one back and enjoying some possession for the first time in the match. Extended possession here as it's picked up by Lock. Thomas Badger, it looked like. And there's Talanoa again. Big piece of meat at 120 kgs. Quick ball. Carberry sends it wide. Good attack. Now this by Lewis Cooper. In fact, it was Jacob Rabai punching it up in the midfield, and Paarl Boys High conceding yet another penalty. That is something they need to look at before Monday. Quite a few penalties that's given up by Boys High on the defense at this stage. But still, no panic when they miss a tackle. They know their structures are good. And there's always cover defense. Doesn't matter where the tackle gets slipped. And we see a line out now in the 22 of Boys High.
Great to see New South Wales opting to go for the 5 points here, turning down the 3. They want to make sure they stay in this contest. They'll believe they can win it against all odds.
Willem Bremner feeding the line out. Very well taken there by Thomas Badger. Gets down to Carberry on the inside runners. Cooper. Great defense there by Boys High. Absolutely stunning hit in midfield as it's picked up by Badger again. He looks to be all over the park at this stage and really giving it a go. Now it's Talanoa. Talanoa on the run. What a sight that is. Looks like that ball has been stolen by New South Wales. As it's Carberry and it sends it wide. Looking to find space. Straight down the throat of Abner van Reenen with great positional play. And he steps on the right, makes contact, but drives with his legs through contact. Good carry up by Abner van Reenen. But there was just a little knock on the ground. Abner van Reenen looks dangerous when he gets the ball in broken play in Warwick.
Yeah, absolutely. He looked sharp on Thursday too, and you can't afford to give him any space, but credit must go to the flanker Jack Johnson-Holmes, who did excellent work at that line-out for New South Wales, managing to pinch it, and now they got a scrum, and hopefully we'll see them have a crack here.
We've got a scrum on the 10-metre line of New South Wales, and we've about 20 minutes gone in this first half, and things seem to have settled down just a little bit. Paarl Boys High started like a house on fire and quickly racked up 20 points. But the last 5 or 10 minutes, things have just calmed down ever so slightly as we've got scrum half Hayden Pomari to feed for the New South Wales combined school side as we see the scrum go down. And the referee deems it as just a slip, and we will have a reset in the scrum.
Well, of course, the sun's shining brightly today, but it's been a week of heavy rain in Johannesburg. Thursday, most of the games were played in the wet, and it didn't let up at all yesterday. So you're going to have to bear with these heavies up front. Not very solid conditions beneath those studs.
Warwick, we've got to give credit where credit is due, and to Mr. Alan Duncan and his ground staff here at Mr. Alex Duncan, and his ground staff here of St. John's College has done an amazing job to get this field playable. You will see on your screens as you watch this in the middle of the field where the cricket pitch is a bit of a mess, and you'll also see the guys taking the kickoffs from quite deep, but nothing they can do about that. But the rest of the field actually in mint shape after, like you mentioned, 2 days of rain. As the scrum goes down again, a penalty is awarded to Boys High, and that's another thing the New South Wales boys will learn. Boys High infamously strong in this scrum, and why won't you be if you've been coached by Richard Versaghi for 28 years, one of the great coaches of South African schoolboy rugby. Not coaching anymore, the Boys High first side, but big shout out to Mr. Richard Versaghi, who did the job for 28 years.
Yeah, wonderful man, Richard Versaghi, the scrum doctor. If you just think in recent years, Frans Malherbe, Kali Versaghi and Thomas Tutoy, but to name a few that have come out of the Boys High ranks in the front row.
Beautiful take by Armand Conradi in the line out, and Boys High looks to get the drive on again, transferring the ball to their back. They must just watch out. The ball is splintering just a little bit, but now they get the second shove going. They're about 5 yards out now, and was that taken down? No, the referee says no, as Mayberg digs for it. Chamberlain gets it. Inside ball, brilliant inside ball, and over right next to the post. Was that Van Reenen again? It looked like Abner van Reenen in right next to the post. Beautiful, simplistic rugby by Paarl Boys High. Getting them all on, stopping just 1 meter short. Quick ball out to the fly off, and on the inside, big Abner van Reenen. All 86 kgs of him going over right next to the post.
Well, you touched on him earlier being an influential player, and he's looked to get himself involved in the play today, running on the inside of his fly half, crashing over and bagging his second of the afternoon, and things are looking ominous for the Australians at this rate.
I also at this stage like the distribution skills of Boeta Chamberlain at number 10. You can see that he's got lots of time on the ball as he adds the 2 as well. And that's always the sign of a quality fly-off, is a guy that has lots of time on the ball and looking to distribute. As we see the replay, Chamberlain on the inside to Van Rieenen, and that's just too easy. Straight over the top of the New South Wales defence and in under the post. Restart by Carberry. Good hanging kick as Conradi goes up, but it goes straight over him into touch. That was a bit of bad communication there as Conradi came forward and his jumpers was just a little bit late to assist him. Going straight over him in touch. We see Van der Merwe feeding the line. Conradi goes to the back. Was that in straight? The referee says yes. As Meiberg tries to spotted a little gap, but it closed down quickly. Picked up by the boys are forwards and doing the hard yards up front with a pick and go. Now Meiberg digs for it. Out to Chamberlain and they're looking to spread it beautifully. Oh, and then just let go behind his back by Abner van Rieenen, but well covered up by centre Divan Ensslin. Can the New South Wales boys hold him up? Referee says tackle ball now. Meiberg on the short side they go. Beautiful by Franco Horn, the captain and 8th man. Oh, and then he kicks into, still playing on. Looks like Meiberg chasing. Good coverage by the left winger of New South Wales. And it takes it in with Vianfuri straight in over the ball. And there's Vianfuri might never have released. He was part of the tackle there, never released the 10-time age group champion wrestler in South Africa, Vianfuri. So you got to know that he's really difficult to dislodge when he's over the ball, Warwick.
Yeah, absolutely, but just ruled to have gone off his feet by the referee. All credit must go to number 11, Isaac Williams from the New South Wales Combined High Schools, doing an excellent job to cover.
You've got to find your touch, and that's something that these boys will have to learn. Let's see what boys I can do on the counter-attack. Again, Isaac Williams up very quickly, making the tackle. Now they need to roll out. There's a referee calls play on. The ball was out, and Bremner putting on some great pressure at break time. New South Wales collecting the turnover. Beautiful work by the combined school side. As Tamari up to his tight head prop, Jaden Lynch. Tamari once again out to Bremner. Great carry by the hooker. And the boys' eye defense caught offside. And it looks like it's actually been pinned for a high shot as the boys are. I think it might have been their tight head prop, Joshua DePria, just going in a little bit on the high side. And New South Wales are starting to look better and better with the ball. At least they're looking after it. And good touch finder by fly half Billy Carberry. Gets them very, very close to the red zone of Paarl boys. William Bremner about to feed the line out. Oh, and unfortunately that did not go 5 yards. And hence the free kick to Paarl boys' eye. Silly mistake there by the guy, won't you, when you've got a pack of forwards like they do.
New South Wales will be bitterly disappointed with that. Another opportunity gone begging, and boys' eye will no doubt look to stick to their structures here and use the boot of Boeta Chamberlain to get themselves back into New South Wales territory.
We've not seen a lot of the centres of boys' eye today. Luca Ferreira and Divan Ensslin. A great centre pairing that they are. Individually they've done some good things, but the game hasn't really flown their way. And perhaps looking at them standing deep here, I'm not so sure that boys' eye will kick this. I think that they might have a dart at these New South Wales boys, and perhaps it's time to see Ferreira and Ensslin We've not seen a lot of Stuart Tate on the right wing either, so perhaps this is an opportunity for them. They will look to get a right shoulder in the scrum and take out the open sider. Unfortunately, they get the left shoulder and puts them under a bit of pressure. Straight out to the left wing. Beautiful stepping by Thakir Abrahams, as we see him hold to ground on the 10-meter line right in front of us. Quick ball for Boys Eye Chamberlain. Looking at the options and then putting it on the boot. Not a big chase though by the Boys Eye guys, and Chamberlain will be disappointed in that. Coverage once again by Isaac Williams, who's done a heap of work in this game for the guys from New South Wales, and he puts it into touch.
Well, the net result's a very good one for Boys High, but let's talk about the flick out the back door from Eric Marburg, who is under all sorts of pressure from Hayden Pomare.
Beautiful work there by Eric Marburg, and quite a nuggety number 9, and it looks as Conradi takes in again. Will we see another maul? Inevitably we do. As the ball is transferred to the back, you can see Conradi working hard. Couple of handbags there in the middle of the maul, but Paarl Boys are still in possession, inching their way, and now they're gathering momentum. They're over the 5 as it goes down again, and the referee calls held up. And Franco Horn showing the referee that he had it down there, but the referee already made the call. Now it's a penalty to Paarl Boys. Wide ball to Thakir Abrahams. Great step of the left by Abrahams, and beautiful offload. Abner van Rieenen in for his hat-trick. First half hat-trick for van Rieenen, but beautiful feet by Thakir Abrahams. And there's a few sides in the country that will have nightmares of this number 11 of Paarl Boys Eye. Quick step of the left, beautiful offload, and van Rieenen, like usual, beautifully in support and over in the corner.
Well, it is the quick tap from Mayberg that set it up. A loose pass over the top, but great work, great feet, and the offload from Abrahams and a TV dive to tap it off. Van Rieenen getting his hat-trick.
Of course, Boys Eye last year had Gianni Lombard at number 15, who played for Wits in this year's Varsity Cup. And Gianni Lombard, incidentally, scored all 29 points when Boys Eye beat Afrikaans, who was Seon School of Pretoria, by 29-25 at the Villa Clava Festival in 2016. And they look to have another gem in number 15 in Abner van Rieenen, as we see Boeta Chamberlain from the touchline looking to convert the hat-trick try of Abner van Rieenen. That was very close there by Chamberlain. I think it might have just snuck to the left-hand upright. And as you see, Henry Chamberlain, the cricket captain of Paarl Boys Eye in 2017, jogging back to position. Boys Eye taking a 32-0 lead after 29 minutes of play. Great kick-off by Cabri, once again taken in by Fourie. He's got a low center of gravity, this man, but really powerful, as he's eventually brought to ground. Jurek Mayberg who digs for it. It's Chamberlain with the offload to Divan Ensslin. Ensslin bangs it up straight in the middle of the park. Now it's Horn spreading it wide. Chamberlain finding grass again. And it has to be said that Patterson has had a really tough afternoon at number 15. Saw him playing on 10 at 10 on Thursday, and his positional play has been found wanting quite a bit in this first half. And
with that, the halftime whistle, Paarl Boys High taking a 32 points to nothing lead here with a hat-trick of tries from Abner van Rieenen, one from winger Thakir Abrahams, and to go with the driving maul try from 8th man and skipper Frank Horn.
Warwick, it has to be said that it will be a tough way back for New South Wales combined schools, and I must admit I don't think there's any way back for them in this second half.
When you're hot, is this hot? You're big, this big. You're fresh, this fresh. And you're dark, this dark. When you're quiet, is this quiet? this deep. And you're busy, this busy. When you live in a place of possibility, when you're driving Africa's growth, you never stop moving forward. Standard Bank, moving forward.
Time's running out, coach. What are we going to do?
Okay, boys, listen, bring that mobile truck and take it behind the poles. There. Now start drilling. Drill.
Spur people. People with a taste for life.
We need to double our stock order.
Increasing payment limits now.
When you need the bank everywhere you are. Standard Bank, moving forward.
We see some highlights of the first half. Very first score, Thakir Abrahams, left wing of Boys Eye, going in the left-hand corner for the first points, and that was barely 2 minutes into the game. As here we see the Boys Eye, the second try, beautiful constructed driving maul. The captain, Franco Horn, with a possession at the back, and he goes over. Hard to stop those well-structured driving mauls from Boys Eye for the gents from New South Wales. Here was some quick thinking with the third try. Abner van Reeren over in the corner for his first of 3 tries in the first half. And the Boys are looking unstoppable at this stage. There we see Erik Meiberg once again offloading to Chamberlain. Inside ball to that self-same Abner van Reeren, and over for Boys Eye's fourth, right next to the uprights. And at this stage it was becoming one-way traffic as Paarl Boys Eye kept on the pressure. Here we see some good work by Divan Ensland to recover the situation, and then just straight through the tackle by Franco Horn, the inspirational 8th man, looking for some support, putting in the kick and following it up. A quick tap, long ball out to Thakir Abrahams, beautiful step of the left foot, and then look at this magic offload to Abner van Reenen with a swan dive over in the corner. And that was the construction of the 32-0 lead at halftime for Paarl Boys over the New South Wales combined school side, who interestingly enough is made up out of boys who does not have rugby as a program at school, and thrown together for this festival. They actually played their first match together on Thursday against Parktown, going down by 26 points to 19, where they played much better in the second half. So let's see if there will be a resurgence from the guy from New South Wales.
Pretty tough ask for the Australians, as you mentioned, thrown together in their second match and having to play against the formidable Paarl Boys High, ranked number 1 in the country for the last 2 years.
And I guess that's why we've seen some good individual play from them. Thinking about their number 9, Pomare, has put on a lot of pressure on Erik Meiberg. Their number 10, Carberry, has looked a solid player, as has hooker William Bremner. And Lock Thomas Badger has thrown himself around in contact beautifully, and as a lock forward popped up in a lot of places. As we see Boeta Chamberlain about to start the second half on the Burger Field, the penultimate game of the second day of the St. John's College Easter Festival 2017. High hanging restart, beautifully contested as Vian Fourie picks up the scraps, And immediately Paarl Boys High back in possession. Franco Horn gets it out to Chamberlain. Shows and goes by the fly half. Stays on his feet well. Tackled by opposite number Carberry. Straight in over the ball is Carberry. Beautiful work by the New South Wales combined number 10. Made the tackle himself. Had enough daylight and straight in on the ball. Buta Chamberlain will not be happy with that carry.
It's fine, Stewie, it's fine.
Valiant effort by Stuart Tate to keep that ball in for Boys High. But eventually Carberry does find a good touch. And possession early in the second half for New South Wales on the 10-yard line of Paarl Boys High, with Bremner being able to feed the line out.
Well, Chamberlain finding himself isolated. Unfortunately, his inside centre, Luca Ferreira, slipped on the pitch and was not there to support him.
As we see Franco on the captain, recovering the ball that went over. Now we see Ensslin with ball in hand. Straight out to Thakir Abrahams. This guy's got gas to burn. Beautiful run by Abrahams down the left-hand side. Now Paarl Boys High will be looking for quick ball. And Mayberg gets Franco Horn, will set it up. Beautiful run by the captain, Franco Horn, as Mayberg digs for it and goes down the blind side. Vian Fourie eventually passes it straight into a player of New South Wales. Well, that was way offside. Looked like the right wing, Ryan Duffy, that went offside there for the New South Wales boys. And Boys High with a penalty in the red zone. As Boys High sets up another line out, like we said, they'll be looking to keep their structures in this match as they're playing Afrikaans Hoërseun School of Pretoria in the main match of Monday of the Easter Festival. Monday 4 o'clock, they've got a date with Affies. Such a cliffhanger of a match they had last year with Affies, and we see Callum van der Merwe with a throw right to the back of the line out. Beautiful ball, ripped by Vian Fourie and passed all the way to the back of the mall as Boys High now peels to the right. Was that a second movement? Yes, says the referee. Second movement there by, looks like one of the tight forwards of Boys High. Will look like if we can get a number just now. But a second movement close to the try line. And time for Carberry to just release some pressure. Looks like a great touch finder there by the fly half of the New South Wales school side. And it's those little mistakes. Looks like MJ Strauss, the loose head prop of Boys High, that had that second movement close to the try line. Warwick, so difficult, especially for a schoolboy. A few inches out of the try line, he's about to have another go, isn't he?
Well, you have to. It's the classic white line fever, as we see New South Wales coming away with a good clean line out ball, and a chance to run it up is Jacob Rabbi. And as you can see in the mudfest on the middle, Carberry puts it all dink in.
Beautiful kick by Carberry. And Abner van Reelen just watches it go out to touch. I've been quite impressed with the number 10 for New South Wales. Carberry looks like good vision, and with a few more experienced players maybe, or guys that knows him a little better, he's bound to create opportunities on the outside. As we've got the son of former Griqua player Kobus van der Merwe, Callum, looking to feed this line out. Was well contested by New South Wales, and they look to have poached that line out from Boys High. And they carry it up on the blind side. Good carry by number 6, Jack Johnson Holmes. And penalty to New South Wales in a very good, very attacking position, as Jack Johnson Holmes also made a good carry there. Been quite impressed with the number 6 flanker from New South Wales. He's also put his body on the line. Both flankers, in fact. Harrison Turner, number 7 and captain. As there's a bad mistake by Carberry, not finding touch there. And Abner van Reenen punishing the New South Wales guys and driving them back to the 10-meter line. And they've actually lost ground after that penalty. And just after the praising of Carberry, he makes a silly mistake. One at the back of the line out, but tapped, and Pomari under all sorts of pressure. New South Wales looks to secure this ball as Boys High thunder in there. Carberry wide to, is it? That was Jacob Rabbi going into contact for New South Wales as they look to carry it up. Great defense by Paarl Boys High, keeping New South Wales on the back foot as Pomori eventually goes for the box kick, finds some grass, but good positioning by Abner van Rienen. What are we going to see? Are we going to see a counter-attack from van Rienen? Beats the first line of defense. Beautiful run, sets up the ruck in the middle of the field. Great turnover there by the boys from New South Wales. As we see Carberry carrying it up into contact for New South Wales. Pomori waiting for it, digging. Gives it short to a runner in the muddy patch of the field on the cricket pitch. Beautiful work by New South Wales. Carrying it up with once-off runners, but great D by Paarl Boys High. Great defense as they're looking to turn this one over right in front of the commentary box, but New South Wales gets it again. Fullback Patterson looking for some grass. Oh, that's an awful kick. Straight down the throat of Thakir Abrahams, who goes on a run. Beautiful footwork by Abrahams. And he's still going. Patterson through the tackler. Patterson, beautiful offload. Boys are into the red zone. Looks like Vian Fourie digging for it. Eric Mayberg getting. Vian Fourie now has possession. But penalty straight down. Quickly taken by Eric Mayberg. Oh, and that's definitely a high shot. Referee has his arm up for advantage. Unfortunately, that was very, very high by the scrum of Pomori.
Could be some trouble for the New South Wales halfback. Hayden Pomari it was that time, and indeed it is. He's shown a bit of cheese, and he's going to have to spend 10 in the bin.
Yeah, he might be the victim of some high tackles earlier on in the game as well, as they take it quickly again. Boys are looking to go straight under the sticks. They're very close as Mayberg waits for it, but the ball seems to be up in the air. Mayberg digs for it once again. Goes down the left-hand side of the field. Good carry up to 1 meter short. Boys are looking to retain possession here. Just patience need to be shown by Paarl Boys High here. And it's over. It's definitely over the try line as the referee concurs. And it's Vian Fourie, the wrestler, going over, and very, very hard work on the field and unstoppable that close to the try line, Warwick.
Well, it all came essentially from a skewed kick from Dallas Patterson that went straight down the hands of Thakir Abrahams, who ran beautifully down that left-hand touchline. A couple of penalties later, and as you can see here, Boys High just too strong, too powerful this close to the line. Your man, the wrestler, Vian Fourie, powering over.
Just like to give a shout out to the 1998 Boys High captain, Seon Mouton, providing us in the commentary box with a lot of information on the Boys High players. Sean Mouton, who captained the 1998 Boys High side. And interestingly enough, Warwick, in that 1998 match at Paarl Boys High, in a scrum that went down between Paarl Boys High and Grey College of Bloemfontein, Willem Meyer, the hooker of Grey College, actually broke his neck. And the prognosis straight after the match was not great. But miraculously on the Monday morning while doing scans, the doctors saw the vertebrae actually going back into place, and Willem walked out of that hospital a couple of weeks later. And unfortunately that match needed to be stopped in 1998, and according to my friend Sean Mouton, that would have been one that Boys High would have beaten Grey Bloem, obviously. But a big shout out to Sean, and thank you very much for all the information.
Wonderful anecdote, and great to hear that the end result, not on the field but off the field, was a good one.
Beautiful break by Boeta Chamberlain, the fly off of Boys High, straight into the middle of the field on the mud patch. Abner van Rienen, beautiful offloading by the Boys High players. Divan Ensslin with the ball in hand. Tate, the right wing, into the 22 of New South Wales. Beautiful rugby by Boys High. And in over the ball went New South Wales in a great turnover. And it looks like the number 10, Carberry, was involved once again.
Yeah, absolutely. Billy Carberry, the man, getting in over that ball, making a crucial steal just inside the 22, saving New South Wales from a certain danger.
And all over the field is the number 10, Carberry, for New South Wales Combined Schools, as we see Will Bremner with a feed. And beautifully poached by Conradi for Boys High on the line out, as we see the ruck developing right in front of the commentary box. Out to that man, Vian Fourie. And Abner van Renen looking for the show and go beautifully. And then the inside ball to Ensslin. Unfortunately, ball and all tackle on Ensslin. Beautiful, beautiful tackle. But once again, Warwick, Abner van Renen just ghosting through that outside gap.
I must say, he also looks like he's running with a bit of a hobble. And you didn't see it on your screen, but during that last try that was scored by Fourie, van Renen was actually in back play, getting some attention to his leg, and he seems to be hobbling somewhat, but still got enough gas to, as you say, ghost right through that defense.
He's got a very interesting running style as well. It looks like he's just coasting, and as soon as he just spots an opening, he looks to go straight through that. And great gain for Paarl Boys High, the guy that decided to join Western Province after school and do his matric at Paarl Boys High. Joined them from Garsfontein at the end of last season. Played for the SA Schools A side and for the Blue Bulls at Craven Week. In a very, very strong Garsfontein side of 2016, Abner van Renen. As we see Carberry feeding it out. Beautiful ghosting run. Straight through is number 24, Lewis Cooper. Lewis Cooper, who's on the field now, the jumper number 24 for the New South Wales combined side, as we see Carberry looking for space. And unfortunately, he's overcooked that, and it's out on the full. And we go back to about 15 meters outside of the 22 of New South Wales. And Paarl Boys High straight back onto the attack, leading the New South Wales combined school side by 39 points to 0. As we see Chamberlain feeding it out to Ensslin. Ensslin with the contact in midfield. And a beautiful position of that track. Once again, just a little dab through by Chamberlain for Tate to chase. And Patterson, unfortunately, just lifting his eyes. And he's having a bit of a nightmare today, is the fullback of the New South Wales side. In fact, that was number 22, Halloumi, with that mistake. And quite an interesting surname. Would enjoy a bit of that with my breakfast this morning at the Spur. As we see William Bremner about to feed the line out. Fellow commentator just looking for his voice after that comment.
I was just trying to gather myself after a Halloumi and Spur comment.
Beautifully tapped down. As we see Carberry once again, fuller running he is, and difficult to bring down. Quite a low centre of gravity. And then the carry out by Bremner, who's also been quite involved. But beautiful defense by Boys High. They're just looking to hold this up. Bremner with knees on the ground now. That should be tackle ball. But then away comes Boys High with the ball. Down the right-hand touchline. And then bundled into touch. Beautiful work by Boys High in defense. And Warwick, not for the first time today, we see great structure on defense by Paarl Boys High.
Absolutely. They've given the Australians absolutely no space to work with, and they've been extremely physical in the contact, and once again just shutting them down and overpowering them.
As we see quite a few subs on the field now. Number 20 for Paarl Boys High, right in the front of the line out, Yehia de Bruin, who also played in the Grand Cormo week last year. Interestingly enough, a lot of the guys on the bench from Paarl Boys High, grade 11 learners, and almost all of them was at the Grand Cormo under 16 National Week last year. So we also see number 22 in at fly half now is Seon Mouton for Paarl Boys High. Just a little mistake there in midfield by the Boys High players. Gives the New South Wales combined school side a time to just take a breather. As number 25, who's been on the field for a full 2 minutes, walks to the scrum. And quite impressive size on the man from New South Wales. And I think Warwick, their front row at this stage, must be very, very close to a Super 15 front row in weight.
Absolutely. I'd say their front row is about as heavy as most school teams' packs. Those chaps are fairly large, up in excess of the 120 mark, I'd say.
As we also see on the field, number 21, Aerchee Fox, about to feed the scrum for the New South Wales combined side.
Great name for a halfback, that.
Bit of an iffy first pass there by Fox, as the New South Wales combined side look to get out of their own 22. There's a ruck now, and Fox just marshalling his troops, waiting for the ball. Boyzai seems to have hands over that ball, and then away comes out. Looks like Talanua coming away with the ball. Beautiful carry by the prop forward, and here comes the big man. Absolutely great sight to see. Good defense though by Paarl Boys, and then also winning the penalty is Paarl Boyzai. Taken quickly by the guys from Paarl into the 22 of New South Wales. Now they're looking for quick possession. Beautiful carry up by Boyzai. Playing on the left hand side. Pass by Vian Fourie. Straight on to Ensslin. Ensslin with a dart towards the try line. Still on his feet. Beautiful work by Divan Ensslin. Is he going to go over it? He's over. Beautiful, beautiful stepping and strong work by outside centre Divan Ensslin. Sees Boyzai going over once more and stretching that lead to 44 points to 0.
Well, you touched on it in the first half that a lot of the play hadn't gone the way of the Boyzai midfielders. You mentioned the potential of both of them, and you see there from Divan Ensslin showing great strength on his feet, pirouetting his way through numerous would-be defenders and getting Boyzai their second score of the second half, stretching their lead out to 44 points with the kick to come.
Warwick with it looking to be one-way traffic here in the second half, and Paarl Boyzai will definitely not get caught in this game. Early prediction from your side. Main game Monday, Paarl Boyzai versus Afrikaans Hoërseun School from Pretoria. What do you think will happen over there?
Well, as we just wait on Mouton here to slot this conversion, it'll take it out to 46-0. And a magnificent strike from the replacement flower of Seon Mouton. 46 points to 0. We'll just quickly watch the replay here. Ensslin, show and go, beats one, shrugs off the attention of a second and driving his way through the tackle, refusing to go to ground, and with the attention of a number of New South Wales boys, gets over the line. But to give you my prediction, I haven't unfortunately seen Affy's play, but I've been at a few of their trainings earlier this season, and for the sake of backing an upset, I'll say that they will get the wood over the formerly or currently number 1 ranked side in the country.
As we see Boyzai attacking again straight from the kickoff. The kickoff was beautifully taken in by Conradi. As we see a great run here down the middle of the field by number 18, Adrian Albert, who also incidentally played the Grand Corma week. Now they go to the blind side with Mouton. Beautiful tackle by number 21, who is Aerchee Fox. I beg your pardon, number 21, Aerchee Fox, the reserve scrum off. Great defense there on the big boys from Paarl Boyzai by the diminutive scrum off, and like Warwick earlier meant, what a great name for a halfback, Aerchee Fox. And I'm sure he will just remind the referee as well to just look after them every now and then here in this battle against Boyzai. To come back to that Affy's Boyzai game, Warwick, one has to remember that Boyzai barely 5 days back from New Zealand, and another 5 games in 3 days. And I know Shawnee Erasmus is managing his players very well. You would expect nothing less from such a quality coach, as that ball just skews out of the side of the scrum. But it might just be a tough ask for Paarl Boyzai on Monday. Affy's narrowly beating Florida earlier today, 28-24, with a try in the last seconds. But do believe they've got their minds already on that game on Monday against Boyzai, and a chance to avenge the defeat of last year.
And I was chatting to their coach Jaco Koch earlier this year, and they were hurting a bit from that loss last year. Felt like they could have won it, and they've also had Victor Matfield and Farid Priya in the pre-season working with them, so they expect them to be targeting that as their big one to get the season going.
As we see Fox about to get the ball out of the scrum straight to Patterson, who seems to have moved to far half at this stage. Beautiful carry up at the Boyzai, straight over the ball, and that ball is out, picked up by Mouton. Beautiful pick up and still going. He's going straight through. Oh, that seems to be another high hit and advantage out as if the referee needs to stay consequent now, will that be another yellow? But quickly taken by number 21 and straight over Neo Hayward for Boys High. Let's just make sure that number on the back. We might pick it up on the replay, but quick tap by Boys High and straight over after. Good run by Mouton as well. And they hit the 50. They hit the half century here at the Burger Field. Number 21 for Paarl Boys High. As another 2 points are added by Boys High, and the score goes up to 53 points to 0. As we see here on the replay, quickly taken by Boys High. New South Wales still trying to fall back, and then straight between the two players. Valiant effort by the boys from New South Wales, but right next to the uprights. And Boys High leading by 53 points to 0.
Okay, Duncan, where's the best seat in the house? VIP. Where's that? VIP somewhere. Where's that?
Looks like Aerchee de Bruin that went over for Boys High. The reserve scrum off. Beautiful gathering of the... And straight back onto the attack is Boys High. Big carry up the middle by Paarl Boys. As Aerchee de Bruin goes digging for it. Out to Mouton. Good take. Long ball out by Mouton to Divan Ensslin. Ensslin off the right. Aerchee de Bruin there very quickly as we see Tate, who's had very little opportunity in this game. Trying to stretch his leg down the right. De Bruin digging for it. Out to Mouton. Big carry up in the middle of the field. De Bruin once again out to Mouton. Big pass to the left hand side. And now there's some space for Boys High. On the inside is number 23. Is Neo Hayward with a cut inside for Boys High. Mouton quickly spreading it out. Over the top of Vian Fourie into the hands of Ensslin again, who brings in Tate, who's looked for work in the second half. Beautiful recycling of the ball as Mouton gets it into the midfield again. Big carry up once again as New South Wales looks to get in over the ball. Still in the red zone and then picked up by Vian Fourie. Straight through the middle as we see Aerchee de Bruin out to Mouton. Big carry up, beautiful offload. And over. Adrian Albert goes in for Paarl Boys High. He represented Western Province under 16 last year at the Grand Cormo Week. And now things are becoming ugly on the scoreboard here for the New South Wales side. Conversion to come to make it 60 points to 0 to Paarl Boys High.
Well, excellent interplay from the Boys High forwards. As you can see, Albert's just receiving the offload from the number 19 Roos and barreling his way over as Boys High move closer towards that 60-point mark.
Warwick, the sign of a quality side is when the subs come on. There's no loss of momentum, no loss of rhythm, and if anything, they just bring more speed to the game, fresh legs, and like in professional rugby these days, it's a 23-man effort. It's a squad system being used, especially at these festivals and for the rest of the season, as injuries are bound to happen.
Mouton adds the extras and it's 60 points to nothing. Yeah, you're touching on a little bit earlier, you're talking about Sean Erasmus and the way he manages his players, and of course having to do that coming back from that trip from New Zealand, and well, very little difference between the starting 15 and the guys on the bench. They've made a phenomenal impact here against this Australian outfit.
As we see Patterson with a kickoff. Good hanging deep restart, but unfortunately not enough pressure. You see another big carry up by Boys High. Oh, and unfortunately looks like Hayward with a knock on there. Beautiful pick up there. But the referee will bring them back for the scrum on the 10-meter line of Paarl Boys High. Warwick, I remember in 2008 when Grey College and Bloom used the squad system, the infamous squad system for the very first time, where they would use 23 players who doesn't play at all in the second side on the day, and they would bring on a couple of fresh legs at half-time. And these days, unfortunately, that's become par for the course. You know, it's a 23-man game, professional athletes at school level already. So it's very, very important to have your backup staff just as well drilled, just as well familiarized with the game plan, and to bring on a real impact during the second half.
Can't say I'm a fan of it personally, but I guess that's the way things have moved. I myself would not have liked to have sat on the bench. I'd rather have got a gig for the seconds, and I can understand though that things have changed quite a bit in the last 10 years certainly.
I do believe that on big derby days and so forth, the guys will still, you know, don the second side jumper, which is very important. You want to have your guys on the field. And as we see possession now for New South Wales, difficult possession as the scrum is wheeling. Good pick up by Patterson on his toes. And out to Carberry, who's now playing in the centres. Beautiful run by Carberry. Lets it go and gets back up. Beautiful awareness of the laws by Carberry. Been really impressed by this player. And then another good pickup. And one hopes that they can hang on to the ball and get over the whitewash here is the guys from New South Wales. There's Talanua, the big man. Great carry by the big man. As Fox awaits. Gets it out to Patterson. Lewis Cooper on the ball. Good show and go. Unfortunately, the pass going behind the captain Turner. But it's a good pickup by number 12. And then Fox going, plays it inside. Beautiful pickup by the boys from New South Wales. And they recycle the ball and go for... As we see now, New South Wales waiting just 2 meters out. Big Talanua with a carry. And it's another good carry by the big man. As they look to recycle this, the boys from New South Wales. Patterson going into scrum half. He's looking for a runner. Oh, and the timing was a little bit off there. And a great, as we see, Vian Fourie battling forward for Paarl Boisai. Going over the advantage card once again. The hard-working number 6 from Boisai, Vian Fourie. He's been absolutely everywhere. So we see Aerchee de Bruin back to Mouton. And Mouton clears the lines. It's not out though, and taken in by the boys from New South Wales. Neil Hayward up there for Boisai making the tackle. And a ruck set up in the middle of the field now. As we see Paarl Boisai with their hands all over that ball, but have to release. Carried up by tight head prop Jaden Lynch for New South Wales. And then a carry as well there by Matthew. Just looking for the names here on the team sheet. And then Thakir Abrahams. This guy's got lightning feet and great pace on the muddy patch. Will he get caught? He's all down. Beautiful offload. Beautiful offload. And in just to the left of the post is Paarl Boisai. Pure class by Thakir Abrahams.
Cornel Kotze, the number 7 flanker, is the man who's going to be credited with that try, but Thakir Abrahams doing all the work, busting out from his own line, and a little chicken wing out the back door, and the omnipresent flanker there to get over for the try.
Cornel Kotze, one of the hard-working players in the Boisai side. Perhaps does not get all the accolades that somebody like Vian Fourie and his captain Franco Horn gets, but an integral part of the loose forward, and he does a lot of the hard work. And a well-deserved try for Kotze. But you've got to give special mention to this run by Thakir Abrahams. Shrugs off a couple of the forwards. Steps on the left and then on the right. Up the middle of the park. Pure gas taking him over. And had it not been for the muddy patch, I believe he would have been straight under the post. And then just the magic ball on the inside to Kotze, who goes over.
Well, you just got to wonder after Dylan Lades' antics last week in Cape Town. You got to think how many poor school coaches are going to have to teach their guys to pass with one hand. No need for Thakir Abrahams though.
But isn't it great to see that in South African schoolboy rugby and South African rugby at a large, guys showing off their skills and having the courage to do it. As we see Mouton adding another 2, and the referee says there's time for one final kickoff for the guys from New South Wales Combined Schools. Unfortunately for them, it's been quite a long afternoon, with Paarl Boys High racking up 67 points. Unanswered points, that is. But I'm sure the guys from New South Wales want to give it one last go, as we see Carberry just testing the field. Got quite a deep kick in by Carberry. As we see boys are in the hands of Ensslin again. Beautiful running by Divan Ensslin, who's really come into his own in the second half once he got more ball. As we see Mouton. And he has a little dab forward into the 22, chasing it himself. As we see the ball kicked out. That might be it. And the referee blows his final whistle here in the penultimate game of day 2 of the St. John's College Easter Festival 2017. Paarl Boys High from South Africa, 67. New South Wales Combined Schools of Australia, 0.
Well, an excellent outing for Boys High. They'll be very happy with the way they played, stuck to their structures, putting up a comprehensive victory ahead of their big game against Affys on Monday.
And on behalf of myself, Johan Smith, I would like to thank my fellow commentator, Warwick Austin. Thanks, Warwick. It's been a splendid time, and I hope to see you soon again.
Cheers, Johan. And folks, don't go away. There's a big one coming up next. It is Paul Roos Gymnasium from Stellenbosch up against Holtmakar College from down the road here in Johannesburg. A humdinger of a match for sure.